Hi, welcome to CYoga's Wednesday class. And today I was thinking I was going to do something really advanced, and then I was just asking for sort of tips on what would be fun to do. And the first thing that came up was down dog. Now, down dog is a really simple classic move. It's not jumping into a forearm balance or arm balances, which is probably what I'm more famous for. But if we get the setup of down dog right, then everything else really just happens quite naturally, because the whole structure of the body just makes everything really easy for things which could be considered more advanced. So luckily today we're going to do something down dog with a partner. So it would be great if you can grab a friend, grab a neighbour, grab someone off the street, and hey presto, one of you is going to start in child's pose and the other person is going to go either side, and Bradley here is going to inhale into his back, into his rib cage. And on the exhale, I'm just going to push down and out. So it's a subtle movement. It's like a bird with a feather, spanning the back, inhaling and exhaling, pushing down and out. How does that feel? Okay, cool. And now Bradley's going to reach his hands in front of him, extending through the fingertips, lengthening as much as he can. And I'm going to just reach back and push into his sacral region, extending away. So he's being pulled in two directions. His hands are lengthening forwards and tailbone reaching back. So this is very much what's the setup of a down dog. So now Bradley's going to open his hands into, so his hands are now shoulder distance. And extending, reaching through his fingers. And I'm just going to ground his hands a little bit more, giving his hands that intention, that commitment to the ground, and then spreading the fingers, pushing the knuckles down. From here, Bradley's going to look forwards and inhale, pull himself forwards using his hands so his shoulders come over his wrists. Then exhaling, Bradley's going to push into my hand and then just curl into his back to reach back softly into child's pose. Good. And then the same thing again. So inhaling, reaching forwards. But it's going to relax the shoulders away from the ears. And then exhaling, pushing into my hand. Curling all the way back, lower belly pulling into the spine to soften back into child. And then one more. Inhaling, coming forwards. And from here, Bradley's going to tuck his toes and then lift his knees off the ground and extend back into down dog, keeping the hands where they are. The hips are going to lengthen back away from the hands. Good, so now we have this down dog setup. We're going to come back to the hands and firstly check to see that they're still committed to the ground. And the way I'm going to test this is see if I can lift up his fingers from the ground. And they should be glued down. So let's see how much they are. Yeah, yeah, I can lift that one up. Good. So down dog is really a position about commitment. So when the commitment is made in down dog, then all the body and all the structure can soften into place around that commitment. Good. So the hands are great here. And then I'm going to just scoot my feet around, stage 2, and bring my feet on the inside of Bradley's arms and push against his arms, and he's going to push back against me. And what that's going to do is aid the wrapping of these triceps around the humerus bones. And I can follow this up into the shoulders, into the humerus muscles, and wrap the inner shoulder to the outer shoulder. Good. So I'm wrapping these upper arm muscles around the humerus bones, and then rolling these inner shoulders to outer shoulders. So we've got the setup here through the shoulders. Good. And then from here, standing up, we're going to move on to the hips. So I've got one foot between the hands, and I'm going to push into the sacrum. So the sacrum starts to reach back away from the hands, very much like when we were curling back from our cat position into the child. Good. And now to take this a stage further, I'm going to make sure that Bradley's kneecaps are lifting up into the thighs, quadriceps are engaged. which they are, and then I can do two forces. So the force I'm applying here on the sacrum region is coming back up to me through the quadriceps. So make sure you've got those two forces going on. Then we move to the feet, stage 4. I'm going to bring my hands like a little cross and bring them on the inside of the thighs, and then just sit back on a chair. So I'm going to roll these inner thigh muscles in. So there's a broadening of the hamstrings, a broadening of the calf muscles here. Good. And then stage, the finale, the really fun stage, is I'm going to bring my feet between the hands. I'm going to sit my bum on the lower back region and just lean back, and I can have a holiday as well here. Have a lovely heart opener as I look up and relax. How does that feel?
Yeah, it's huge.
Cool. Just opening here. Good. And then we can come out of down dog the same way we come in. The same way we did come in, the knees come down. There's a curling back through the spine into child's pose. And if you just want to have a rest here, you can have your Shavasana alternative, the toes can flatten. Is I can sit on the feet here, bring my feet together, coming into butterfly pose, and just relax over the top, cupping the back of my head. So I can have a good breathe and we can both rest. While I'm dropping Bradley's sacrum down. And we're both opening. One's opening the chest, one's softening into the lower back. And that's it. A number of down dog tips. Enjoy.